about the potential for this Broncos team this year?
Well, it's Bo Nix's growth into stardom. Remember, Bo Nix spent some days in this offseason working with Drew Brees, so now he's getting the nuances of the offense. It's one thing to learn from a coach, another thing to learn from a Hall of Fame player who knows everything about this style of offense. So I can't wait to watch what Bo Nix does in his second year. He has competitive fire, which matches Sean Payton, but now we also have that understanding of what every read should look like from a veteran's perspective. Yes, that's what I can't wait to see. So it's the veteran experience from Drew Brees, but also the fire. You added Evan Ingram at tight end, so there's the weapons as well. There's a three-headed monster in Denver.
All right, we will see Nix in action tonight, but last night there was another second-year signal caller who had a nice little performance. Drake May had a rushing touchdown. Back to you here, Sam. What did we think of May's play in his limited time on the field?
It was up and down. Yes, he had a great job with his legs rushing the ball, but also there was an early turnover, an early careless fumble. We saw some fumbles last season that I didn't really love, some careless plays from Drake May. So there's highs and there's lows. The highs, as you see on your screen, are Drake May using his legs, especially when there's pressure in the pocket. He's an extreme high-level athlete. But some of the lows are the turnovers that you saw. Yes, it was limited time, but the fumbles, you want to wipe those away, especially in limited action in the preseason.
All right, Jeremy, your turn now. What are the Patriots saying about what they want to see from May in his second season and that development?
Yeah, so somebody I talked to with the team made an interesting point. They said he looks like an NFL quarterback now. Last year he was swimming with the terminology, trying to figure things out. The complexities of the game, they were tough for him early, but right now he feels comfortable in Josh McDaniels' offense so far. Sam mentioned the ups and downs. They're going to see a little bit of that, but they joined practice. They hadn't watched him. He was really accurate, which is a good sign. So they feel like he's the leader they need. He's just got to deliver on the field.
All right, you two stay put, because my boy Scooby wants to rap a bit about some of these NFL QBs.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy, using the same draft class as Drake May, but he didn't play all last season due to injury. It was a year ago this month when McCarthy tore his right meniscus in his knee during his first NFL preseason game. Fast forward to today, and he'll be the starting quarterback versus Houston. McCarthy will be taking over an offense that was top 10 in passing yards and points last season with Sam Darnold under center, but it is now the JJ era. Jeremy and Sam is now back with us. And Jeremy, what do the Vikings want to see from JJ McCarthy?
Well, I spent some time at their camp. I asked around. They want to see McCarthy work with some touch, different clubs in the golf bag, so to speak, because he's got plenty of arm strength, and I could see that live. But they want to know when the play delivers a little touch or nuance, or it's a fade ball, they want to see him put that on his receivers. And he's worked on that, but being injured, being set back last year, that was part of the issue there. But Kevin O'Connell made a great point to me. He said that his enthusiasm and energy has galvanized the entire offense. So they do feel like from a leadership standpoint, they have the right guy.
Yeah, that touch definitely makes a difference for a receiver trying to catch the ball. And Sam, you covered a lot of college football for us. So you've seen J.J. McCarthy lead Michigan towards a national championship. So what are you looking for in McCarthy's first preseason game?
I'm looking for what happens when he gets hit early. J.J. McCarthy's missed the entire season. He got hurt last year in preseason game number 1. In practice, you're not allowed to get touched as a quarterback. This is live. All of a sudden, the defense is going to try and tackle you, to hit you, to hurt you. And so J.J. McCarthy, when the first opportunity he has to scramble, will he hesitate or will he go immediately? When there's pressure in the pocket, how will J.J. McCarthy respond with that torn meniscus? I understand that it's healed, but there's a mental side of the game as well that you cannot simulate in practice.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy's first preseason game. Justin Fields will be playing his first game as a Jet against the Packers tonight. So, Jeremy, how has Fields performed ever since he dislocated his toe in camp?
So up and down as a passer. I talked to somebody with the Jets who said that he had a nice bounce back on Thursday, had a couple rough days, but he responded from the pocket, delivering several good throws. And they got a lot of action coming up, not only preseason games, 2 joint practices with the New York Giants over New Jersey coming up next week. They feel like Fields will be at his best when there are rushers coming at him and 11 players, where it's not like a simulated passing, only because of his legs and his ability to move around. So they feel like between Breece Hall and Fields and that dual threat running game that they could be lethal.
Yeah, you could definitely see that Justin Fields is one of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL. But Sam, what does Fields need to improve upon from last year to this year?
Justin Fields needs to improve as a passer. We understand that he's great when things are scrambled or when there's pressure in the pocket. He's great with his legs, but people aren't afraid of him as a quarterback in the pocket. And so if he can improve himself as a pocket passer, not just at least when it was last year in Pittsburgh, situational, running the ball on 3rd and short, Justin Fields has an opportunity to take the New York Jets offense to a different level, but his play has to improve as a pure quarterback, not just as a supreme athlete.
That's Sam. That's Jeremy. Appreciate your insight, guys.
We did have a scary moment last night in preseason football taking place in Atlanta. Play suspended in the 4th quarter of the Lions-Falcons game after an injury to Lions safety Maurice Norris. Norris appeared to take an inadvertent knee to the head while attempting to tackle Nathan Carter. He was eventually taken off the field in an ambulance. The game resumed with the Falcons snapping the ball one time but not running a play. Both teams just standing there and choosing to simply let the clock run. The officiating crew announced the suspension of the game with 6 minutes and 31 seconds remaining, citing a call from the New York League office. Lions head coach Dan Campbell said Norris was breathing, talking, and had some movement after the game. The Lions tweeted this, that Maurice Norris is in stable condition and has feeling and movement in all of his extremities. He'll remain at Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta overnight for observation. We'd like to thank the Atlanta Falcons organization, the EMS team at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and the doctors and staff at Grady.
Pro football debut.
I don't ever remember a rookie that has been drafted outside of the 1st round taking the league by storm.
Sanders throws, touchdown, putting on a show here in the 2nd quarter.
I wasn't nervous, it was just being comfortable. When I say uncomfortable, being uncomfortable.
A primetime game performance for the son of prime time. Jeremy Fowler and Sam Acho are back with us to talk about Shedeur Sanders. And Sam, I'm going to start with you. What was your reaction to Shedeur Sanders' first game as a pro?
I was extremely impressed. Shedeur Sanders was comfortable and confident. You saw him stand in the pocket and take hits and deliver strikes. Some of the throws that he made popped and jumped off of the screen. They were veteran-type plays. He looked like a vet. He did not look like a rookie. What also impressed me was his ability to use his legs. He did not show that in college at Colorado. So for me, the level of development and growth for Shedeur Sanders and calmness on the sideline stood out more than anything else.
So, Jeremy, based on what you've heard out of Browns camp, did Shedeur do enough last night to improve his standing on the depth chart?
Doesn't hurt. I mean, he put himself in a nice position, especially because everybody else is hurt. Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett have had hamstring issues. This is a prime opportunity for Shedeur Sanders to work his way potentially into that 2 spot, because Joe Flacco, I think the expectation is that he'll earn the starting job as long as things go the way they have been. He'll probably start that 3rd preseason game. So they're sort of treating him like a starter right now. But otherwise, this is a blank canvas. He showed accuracy. He's been accurate in camp. And I know the Browns are really happy with his ability to avoid sacks. That was the issue of Colorado. You know, lack of urgency in the pocket has been a knock on him, especially talking to some people that were involved in the Panthers-Browns practice this week before the preseason game. So he showed the ability to get rid of the ball and do that. Now, can he do it against some better competition, some more pressure in the backfield? That's going to be the issue for him. But, like, those red zone throws were lights out. I was texting with some people around the league. They said that was impressive. He reset his feet, delivered the ball, tight window spots. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we saw at Colorado, and accuracy is a part of his game. He led the country in accuracy last year and completion percentage in college. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
But wait, there's more. As in rookies to keep an eye